Today I want to talk about when I decided I was moving to LA. So let me tell y'all a brief little story of what happened. Okay. So basically I came to LA BET weekend of 2015. I came to BET weekend. I came to LA for BET weekend 2015. This is before I started doing media. And my friend, her homeboy, he hangs out with Chris Brown or whatever. And so like we basically was like kicking it with him and his people the whole weekend. And so I went to a listening session or whatever. It's my first listening session. It was Trader Truth. Had never heard of him before, but I guess, you know, people, he is relevant. I didn't know that. But anywho, I fucked with him though. And so basically we went to his listening session, and this is my first time coming to LA, and it was like, you know, all exclusive BET weekend. And when I was at that listening session, y'all, it was like hella celebrities there, and it was just normal. And you know, me from being from the South, I ain't stay in Atlanta. I stayed in Memphis, Arkansas, and Dallas. So like all these celebrities here, and it's just normal. Everybody chill, listening session, and that's the moment. That moment is when I realized I belong here. That's the moment, and that's the day I realized I belong in the industry and I belong in LA. And this is before I even started doing media. And so I had so much fun that weekend. I didn't even want to leave. And so when I came back, like for months, I didn't tell anybody, but like for months, LA just had been on my mind, heavy. And so by this time, I had started back doing media. I had started doing media, and I went to BET weekend last year, but I wasn't covering the awards. And so I wasn't covering the awards or nothing, but I covered, you know, other events that was going on BET weekend. And that weekend again, I was just like, I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to be in LA. So I went back home. And basically I was just like, you know, it was heavy in my mind. And I just told my mama, I was like, Mama, when my lease up, I'm moving to LA. And she was like, if you got a plan, then I support you. And so by that time, I was working for the Child Protective Service. I started looking for jobs in LA, because I had already put in my mind, like, well, I hadn't started looking. I said I was going to look closer so people won't call me. So by that time, I was like, when my lease up, I'm going to move and stuff like that. And so closer to the date of my lease, I started filling out job applications. And then something happened in my job, and I had to quit. Like, either they was gonna fire me or I had to quit. And at that point, it was nothing holding me back. I was just like, everything happens for a reason, you know. Everything happens for a reason or whatever. I had saved a little money, but not as much as I wanted to save to move to LA. And then I just started filling out job applications out there. I had went out there for a job interview, but I ended up not getting a job. I went on like 2 other job interviews while I was there. And I think I had, and then I went on job interviews BET weekend. Then I looked for apartments BET weekend, because originally me and my friend was gonna move out here, but she got scared at the last minute. And so when I lost my job and I didn't have a man, and at this point I was like, you know, it's nothing holding me back at this point. So I end up, you know, I used to do loss prevention, and so I used to work for Home Depot, so I got a job offer in California. I was trying to look for a case management job like I was doing at CPS in LA or whatever, but I ended up getting a job doing loss prevention, getting offered a job before I even moved. My lease wasn't up to August, and I was like, shit, I'm just gonna sacrifice it. Like, I have nothing to lose. God is putting me in places where, you know, I can transition easy. I got offered the job. They was like, you can, I told them I had made up the story, like I had kind of stayed in LA, but I was going back and forth when really I was staying in Dallas. And so they gave me a week, 2 weeks to start. And so I basically and then, you know, at this point, my you know, supposed to be roommate backed out the last minute, but I was like, fuck that, I'm still moving. And so I'm gonna tell you how God works, y'all. So my girl, she go to USC, and she knew some people that needed a roommate because their roommate was moving out, even though I didn't know them, but she knew them, so I was good. And y'all, the Lord blessed me where I was able to move in with them and start my job at the same fucking time. I know I should never cuss the way I said God, thanking God at the same time. But that just showed me, like, everything was just going in my favor, even though it wasn't, like, the job I wanted, and even though it wasn't in the entertainment industry, and it wasn't making the most money, but it made enough to, you know, pay my bills and get by. And I was like, I could just look for another job once I moved there. That's how God, like, that's how I knew for sure, like, I meant to move to LA, because God was just placing everything on time in the right direction. He got me a job, then he got me, you know, a place to stay that was affordable, and I stayed in a central location where I was close to everything. And then with me only coming to LA 3 times before I moved out there, I made, like, you know, some good connections with people and stuff like that. God was just, he was just confirming to me that this was the right move for me. And it's been going, I've been getting blessings ever since I moved, and I just know this is the right direction. The Lord wants me to go in the right direction for me. So I say all this to say is that just trust in yourself. Yes, the first 2 months or the first month and a half or something like that, I had to pay my rent in LA and my rent in Dallas, which, you know, my lease. But, you know, it's whatever. I was ready to move, because at that point I wasn't working. It wasn't no point and stuff like that. And then once I moved, your girl had got her vacation check and her overtime check from her old job, and that helped the sister out a lot with moving. I had plenty of money left over that I put in my savings. So just everything was going good. And I just say that to say is just trust in God. If you know, just try. Don't be scared to step out on faith. Just put you a plan in motion and just trust in God that he will guide you in the right direction and guide you in the right way. And, you know, don't lose focus and don't lose, you know, sight of what you're trying to do, what your dream is. And because the Lord will place things in motion for you if you believe in him. So that's my little tea for today. I'm MJ, and it's the life of a media correspondent.